The Gregory Paragon 58 backpack has an innovative weight-saving suspension system that maximizes breathability. It's got 3,300 cubic inches of storage capacity, a nice range of adjustability, and numerous backpacking-friendly features. You get the load hauling capability you expect from Gregory in a pack that weighs just 3.5 pounds. Let's take a closer look at the Paragon 58's fit and its features. The best place to start talking about the Paragon 58 is its Aerelon suspension system. Spin the pack around so we can take a closer look at that. Out of sight, except for here at the top, peeks out just a little bit, is a hollow aluminum frame. It's a perimeter frame here at the top. It actually takes somewhat of a wishbone design coming across the back and then driving directly into the lumbar portion of the pack. It connects there. That effectively drives the weight of the pack or the load that you're hauling into that lumbar section onto your hips, where you've got a natural shelf in your hips to help carry that weight. It takes a lot of the stress and strain off of your shoulders and your upper back. Really cuts down on fatigue over the course of a long day on the trail. Where that framing comes into the lumbar portion of the pack, you've got really beefy, full padding. So on that lower portion of your back, where that weight would be coming into contact, you've got some real help there in terms of cushioning, padding, and support. The surface, the external surface of this padding is a siliconized surface. Creates a grip zone that really ensures that that portion of the pack stays right where you want it, right there in that lower back. That keeps the pack from shifting, but that flexible perimeter frame can bend and turn slightly so that as you're making your way down the trail, the pack can move with you. Your load stays stabilized, it stays comfortable, and again, stays in place where you need it to, but you can be free in your movements. Above that portion of the back panel, you can see this matrixed foam. There's actually some dual layering in there, so you've got softer foams coming into contact with your back, again, that cushioning, but there's some stiffness behind that again aids in support for the pack. There's a stretched mesh that runs over top of that. You get great breathability because of that. So instead of trapping warm air behind you, there's room for it to breathe and dissipate. The design here lets Gregory skip the use of a traditional frame sheet. So you're without that bulk, you're without that stiffness, and again, you got a pack that really works with you and keeps weight to a minimum. That same die-cut foam carries up into the contoured shoulder strap, so you've got really nice padding and support there in the harness. And that padding also continues into the adjustable hip belt. There's also quite a bit of fit adjustability here on the back of the Paragon. I should mention that it's available in two size offerings. There's a small medium, which best fits torsos ranging from 15 to 19 inches, and then a medium/large, which best fits 18 to 22 inch torsos. Within each of those packs, you've got that 4-inch fit range, and there's adjustability here on the harness that accounts for that. Undo the Velcro, and you simply slide that up or down and lock it into place at the setting that best fits your torso. And there's some call outs here on that paneling to help you with that. There's also quite a bit of adjustability down here on the hip belt. You can see Gregory calls that out clearly with the word adjust right here to one side of the pocket. Simply undo that pocket and the Velcro that's there, loosen up the straps, and then you can slide this to an appropriate place that best fits your waist size and your hips. Really neat way in which Gregory's done this so that the hip belt pockets always remain where you want them to be even as you make that adjustment, so they don't end up falling behind into a place that's awkward and hard to get to. Because of this design, in addition to kind of a traditional adjustment point here at the front of the hip belt, you're ensuring that that padding is making its way around the sides of your hips and fitting you most comfortably. Without that adjustment, that padding starts to creep behind you and really becomes ineffective in offering the support and also that cushioning that you really need out there on the trail. You've also got load lifter straps. You can obviously adjust here below the shoulder strap to cinch in that harness. And you also have a sliding and adjustable sternum strap. So just a couple more points where you can really dial things in and get that really great fit. Now that I've shown you how the Paragon carries, let's spin it around and look at how we get into it and some of the organizational features that the pack has. You can see it's a lidded pack. Undo that lid and you get to the top loading pack bag. There is a spindrift collar here at the top of the pack, so you can kind of extend the length of that pack body when you're carrying a lot of gear, a lot of clothes, a lot of food. You can also cinch that down tightly, maybe as you're working your way through that food or you just aren't carrying as much. The lid has height adjustability to account for that. So if you're not carrying a lot, it sits lower. If you need to raise it, you can do that. There is also a lower zippered sleeping bag compartment on the pack. So you've got that storage feature, and that also provides some separation between the two compartments. There's a panel that you can remove. You can open it up and make the Paragon 58 one large single compartment. And there's another neat aspect to that panel. You can take it out entirely. You can also take the lid off entirely. If you don't need that storage, you want to shave the weight, but that panel can be reattached and serve as a minimalist lid, so you get a little extra protection to the contents of the pack, the top of the pack bag, but you've shaved a ton of weight. Coming back to that top lid for a moment, we'll start talking about other organizational or storage options. You've got two separate zippered pockets here on the lid. A smaller one in which I've got a little map book, and then a larger compartment that basically accounts for that full capacity on the lid. You've got this very large front shove-it pocket. Really nice stretch there, so you can stuff a ton of items in there. I've got a jacket. It's a great place to put anything that you might want to get hands on quickly without having to go all the way into the interior of the pack. There's also stretch mesh pockets here on either side of the pack. And then you've got those two hip belt pockets we were talking about. One is more of an enclosed, zippered, more protective pocket. And then you've got a mesh, open-faced, breathable pocket on the other side. It does also have a zippered closure, so it's still secure. Behind this shove-it pocket, there is also a pocket, a zippered pocket that's dedicated to the rain cover that Gregory throws in the Paragon 58. You've got now an added layer of protection if the weather turns, really adds functionality and versatility. Unlike the rain cover pockets that you'll find on a lot of backpacks that do come with a rain cover, this one's really functional. You can get to it. You can put other things into this pocket. On some packs, you find that that's in a position that it's good for the rain cover, but it's not good for much else. So there's some really nice functionality there from Gregory. There's some other really great features on the Paragon that I want to call out. You've got trekking pole attachment system here on the pack. You've got sleeping pad compression straps that run across the bottom. These can be removed entirely if you're not carrying a sleeping pad or any other gear down there. Again, saves a little bit on weight, but you can also take them off and thread them other places to lash gear externally. Yet another bit of functionality that Gregory has worked into this pack. There are also side compression straps here on the Paragon, so you can cinch down that load, make sure that everything is nice and tight. It helps you lash gear externally if you choose to. An interesting feature to call out here at the bottom, you can see that I've got that threaded over the top of that mesh pocket. Helps me really ratchet down on the gear that's in there. You can re-thread it and run it behind those contents. It makes it that much easier to get into this pocket, but cinches down the load internally in the pack. So nice feature there. Let's spin the pack back around for just a moment and show this neat little feature. A quick stow for sunglasses, kind of thing that you may not give much thought to until it's there. If you've been out on the trail with your sunglasses, when you don't need them, what do you do with them? This quick stow is kind of an answer. It solves that problem. Just thread it through the top portion here, and then there is a stretched bungee attachment that clips it right in place. Safe, it's out of the way, but it's also right there and easy to get to when you have need to put those sunglasses back on. Other feature I want to show you on this pack is a second pack. It's the Sidekick pack that Gregory includes with the Paragon 58. Most of the time, it lives inside this main pack bag, serving as the hydration sleeve. So lots of packs have hydration sleeves, so does this one. Lets you carry a reservoir, a hydration system without worrying about it coming into contact with the other contents or leaking. There's pass-throughs here for the drinking tube. But in this case, the Sidekick pack comes out entirely and can be used as a fully functional summit pack or ultra lightweight day pack. You can keep the hydration system in here and use it as a hydration pack, or you can empty that out. Great little travel piece, but also just a nice thing to have in the pack. You're out on the trail, you've been out there for days, you make camp. Today you just want to go out and go to the top of that next ridge. The Sidekick pack lets you do that. It's got its integrated adjustable shoulder straps. It's got a little zippered pocket here for valuables. It even has vertical daisy chain attachment points if you wanted to lash anything externally. Again, just so much functionality and versatility built into that feature and the pack itself. The Gregory Paragon 58. You've got that innovative suspension system. You've got a pack that effectively balances weight and performance, and all of those features really does make this a great option for backpacking. Thank you for watching. Check out our website for full specs and product descriptions. Oftentimes we even have bonus video footage. If you've got questions or concerns, you can reach out directly to me or any of our gear specialists at backcountryedge.com. If you appreciate our videos, enjoy our channel, please subscribe.